Hi guys, Samuel the Demon Slayer here, coming to you with a brand new video. I have news on the anime series Multi-Mind Mayhem. Multi-Mind Mayhem will be coming out in January 2027. Multi-Mind Mayhem is about Bard Cornelius, the son of a noble who happens to have not just one soul, but three souls in his body. One of a samurai, one of a otaku, and of course, Bard himself. That's what's going on in this anime series, where you have one person having three different bodies in them. We've been talking about guys, male lead characters in an anime series getting transported into a woman's body in another world, or getting transformed into a different creature that is the opposite gender of what they are. Like one where there's an anime series where the guy is basically transforming into a vampire girl, a vampire female. It's just a game, but there's a bug in the system in that one that causes a very skilled gamer to become a female. The thing with this anime series is that you have Bard having to deal with not just one person inside their body, but two. Constantly, I bet you, fighting to take over the body, or maybe deciding to work together, which is looks like it's good for Bard, who wants to move up throughout the ladders of his kingdom. He just doesn't want to be the son of a nobleman. He wants to move up and up and up and up and up and up and up. Higher, higher up through the echelons of the monarchy. And he's using this ability that he has of a samurai, a old samurai, not just some random samurai, some old, experienced samurai. They describe the samurai being miserly, so you can go with that with what you will. And then you have a teenage boy who is interested in otaku. So I would call this anime series a semi isekai because you have a Japanese, well, they're both Japanese since we're talking about samurai. And then you got an otaku. So you got two Japanese characters or two Japanese beings from another world trapped in the same body of bards. Both have different personalities. One from an era way back then where they relied on the sword, and one that doesn't rely on anything but you enjoying life, you enjoying entertainment. Like I'm an otaku. This guy's he has an otaku who most likely is excited. So this otaku, this Japanese teenage boy that gets transported to this world, most likely is very happy because with all the whole isekai blowing up in the otaku world and the anime world, most likely this is what every otaku dream is, to become a new character or get transported to a new world, or which to me, I wouldn't want this for everybody, but to be reincarnated. That means you have to die in your former world in order to get into a fantasy world. I like fantasy worlds. I wouldn't mind being reincarnated in another world if it has to deal with fantasy. Like I wouldn't mind being reincarnated at all, as long as I stay as a male. I don't want to be trapped in a woman's body or be in the opposite gender in my other life in another world. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't mind though having three different people or being inside one body with two other people in it. That means that, like, I guess the body of Bard, like, decided instead of giving its body to either the samurai or the otaku, it decided to keep not only Bard inside of the body, but also the samurai and the otaku. This is what amazes me about isekai anime. It keeps evolving. It's not just getting trapped in another world or transported to another world or we reincarnated into another world. They keep evolving the genre. This is what I like about anime and especially the isekai genre because it keeps evolving the genre. It's not just the same old fantasy adventure. No, it's not like that. It's not. This is why you have trapped in a dating sim. A lot of like female characters get transported to otome games. You have this situation where you have two people, I guess, from different eras getting transported or getting reincarnated. I'm assuming they maybe either died or are getting transported inside the body of Bard. But since they're getting inside somebody else's body, I'm assuming that they died in their time. So I think it's kind of weird to have a samurai come into another world from a different era that he probably has no idea what the heck is going on. It would be more scary for the samurai. But back to what I was talking about isekai growing. Not only that situation, what's going on in this anime, Multi Mind Mayhem, you also have like the isekai genre is morphing differently every time. So you got like band heroes, and also now you have people becoming the opposite gender from what they were in their previous life. It started with Saga Tanya the Evil, and then for the past few days, I've been talking about like male characters being transformed into female characters or being reincarnated into the bodies of well known female characters. So the genre of isekai is evolving. It's not the same old, like either you get transported to another world or get reincarnated into another world. That's still a thing. The thing is that it it's evolving. It gives you a different form of the genre. I don't know how he can use like these other two people that is I have no idea how can Bard use a samurai and an otaku to move up throughout the ladder. But that's what he that's what it says in the description of this anime series where he's going to take advantage of this thing that he has, this situation that he has where he's going to use the abilities of these two other people that are inside him to benefit him. So it's not just about the people that got reincarnated into that world, but it's also about the person that kept his body, which is weird. This is weird. Usually, when somebody gets reincarnated into another world, into somebody else's life, usually the original owner of that body, the original soul of that body, doesn't actually get to keep it with somebody else. They're usually gone and forgotten. Somebody else is now inside that body and nobody else is in it. But the thing is now with this series, not only does the original soul of that body keep its body, but also it shares it with two other souls from a different world. One from, of course, the samurai era, area, era, and the one from the current era of time, the current time. He has an otaku as one soul, and he has a samurai in another one, which he can use those two people's abilities to his advantage. The thing is, he also has his own abilities as himself. So, according to the description and the details of this anime series, while he has those two people, those two souls inside of him, they have different personalities, of course, because they're two different people inside of him. So you have three different personalities in one body. Bard is a great military strategist on his own. Giving him these two other people with their own abilities, their own knowledge, is going to make him way much better and maybe even help him move up throughout his life. It's just weird. I feel like it's weird to have three souls, which is basically three different personalities inside of one person, which to me, if you just like look at the person and say like that guy's crazy, that's what people would assume, right? They'll assume that that person is crazy because he changes one way and then he goes into another way and then he goes into another way. But that's not because of him. That's because he has three souls that is including his in his body, which most likely he had to deal with. He has to make sure that they don't become the dominating soul in his body. Even though in a normal isekai world, like Bard himself, like his soul would not be evolved at all. One of those two would have taken his body. But for some odd reason, I guess Bard's soul had some strong will of its own so that it can stay there himself. So instead of like three of them fighting each other for the body, I guess all three agreed to share the body. It's just kind of weird, man. It's weird. I've never seen this in an anime series, especially an isekai anime series. Like I said, the original owner of the body usually gone by the time the reincarnated person gets there. They're gone. Usually they're gone. And it's not usually two people that are trying to, from another world, trying to take over one body. It could be that God's thing, that God's situation where, like, instead of picking and choosing who should stay in that body, I'm assuming that the God of that world or the God in that anime series decides that Bard should have all three souls in one. It's just kind of weird, man. I have never heard about this anime series, and now that I hear about it and know about it, and the more I talk about it, it does sound kind of interesting and also weird. My gosh, I don't know how the heck this is gonna plan out. I only can play what it can become. That's all I can do is play Like one part, like they all give up their part, like say like take turns whenever they see that their abilities, their special traits can benefit the body of Bard. So they take over. I, I'm guessing that they have a mutual understanding on when to take over, or they just randomly take over. Like one becomes dominant one day, or one part of the day. I just don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that Bard is going to have some interesting, interesting things to say, especially to the people around him, especially to the people that he values the most. I'm the most important thing to me. I did read a little bit about because they have more information on the otaku soul person. He has a fetish for animal girls, like women that have animal ears. So that's what I'm interested in. I want to see what happens because in a fantasy world, not all of them have it, but I think in this one they have a couple of, or maybe they have a race of people that have animal ears. So they're like demi-humans. There you go. They have demi-humans, and actual demi-humans, not what everybody deems demi-humans. Just animal-like humans. Like they have the body of the human, but they have characteristics of an animal. So like the ears, a tail, stuff like that. That's what I consider demi-humans. All right, that's it for this video, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace out.